This shit really just timed out, bro. So now I have to make this shit into a two-parter, and I didn't want to. Ghetto. Anyways. 4 doubles, and then in this first one, you know, before it starts the big, we're gonna do 3 in here. 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna do these doubles until we get to the other corner. If you were unsuccessful in crocheting in your ends before, now be the time to be doing it again. I'm about to try to do it anyways. Oh, shit. Okay, one more. And now we're at the corner, so this corner is going to get 3. 2, 3. And then we continue on, same as before. And doubles till we get to the corner. Okay, at the corner, we're doing 3. This is 2, 3. And then this last stitch gets 1. And then the 4 doubles around the chains. Like so. And then in the box. And again, you're going to keep doing this all the way until you reach the end. And this time, I'm going to make sure I check in, because I am not making this a 4 or 3-part video. Bullshit, whatever the fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Quick little check-in. I'm like not even halfway, but it's fine. Almost there, almost there. Okay, now we're gonna put 3 in this first hole right here, because it's a, you guessed it, it's a corner. Okay, so we got our 3 in there, and then we're just gonna do doubles until we reach the end. Oh, that first one right there. Okay, see there's one, there is one more. Okay, it's tight, but it's there. Okay, and then we're gonna do another slip stitch. So you see how it's kind of like, this was our chain 3, okay? The first stitch after the chain 3, we're gonna do a slip knot. So right in there, pull through, okay? Remember, that's a slip knot. And then we're gonna finish her off like we finished them all off. Okay, we're gonna do a snipple doodle doo, bloop. And we're gonna pull all the way through, make our little knot. Okay, and I do not weave in these ends because we need all of these face the same way. So I'm huge on weaving in ends as we go, but these ones, for reasons to stitch together, we're gonna leave it out until we stitch it together. Now, to stitch it together, to stitch all these things together, okay, I have them all. Got more. I got all of them out anyways. You have options on what color you want to do. Okay, so my sister usually does the color of strip C, because that's where the most yarn is left over, because it's the shortest stitch. I turned that leftover yarn into a hat, so I'm not gonna do that. My mom likes to stitch together with the same stitch as this border, because again, there is a lot of leftover yarn if you buy 2 full big skeins. I personally like to pick a whole new 5th color, because I think it's pretty. But do with that information what you will. I am going to pause and show you how to stitch them together in this same video. Alright friends, to stitch together, I'm going to use this beautiful gray color, and we are going to take a moment to not kill ourselves. Okay, take a moment and get 2 of these bad boys, end with the tail. We want the, well first I'm going to show you. So this is not perfectly symmetrical, right? You can see that. But if you fold it in half with this being your tip, okay, kind of, yeah, like that, you can see, okay, so it's in half, okay, you can see that the second stitch in this corner, nope, just kidding, the second stitch in this back corner right here lines up kind of with this stitch right here, so like that, you know, kind of like that. That's how, like the halfway point. Okay, it's useful information. But anyways, so we're going to start with our tail. We're going to tuck this tail in now, because now we already know where it's at. We don't need to, that's what I mean by weave your ends as you go. Okay, but we're doing it now because we need all of our Johns facing the same direction in order to stitch it together. Otherwise the blanket's not going to look right. So I like to weave the ends in right before I stitch it together. It's not usually this much of a pain in the ass, but this yarn is fraying like a motherfucker. and I don't know why. All right. Cool. Now that we got that all stitched together, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in a second. One, two, right there, 3. Pretty sure it's supposed to go here. Pretty sure it's supposed to go there. Okay. Right there. I'm going to grab another one. Again, you want to make sure they're facing the same way. So here's the tail for this one. The tail was on this side. Make sure the tail is in the same direction. And for this side, we're going to join them together like this. Okay. You want to make sure the points kind of sort of line up. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can like finesse it or whatever, but this one. Like so. Okay. And now we are going to do a whoopsie. Okay, cool. We are going to do a reverse single crochet. Okay, so you noticed we're going to work from left to right instead of right to left this time, okay? So for reverse single crochet, that's literally it. We're just doing it backwards, as in the direction, but the stitch is still the same. So we poke through both of our things. We're going to pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And then in the next stitch, do the same thing. Line up the stitch back here. And keep doing that 1-for-1 stitches. And we are going to do that the whole way down until it's fully combined. So I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, let me make sure you actually get a good view. As I've been kind of off camera a little bit, so remember we want to go through both loops. So just like that. Okay, I'll check back. Just a little check-in, you know, so it doesn't time out. Moving and grooving. Another quick check-in while we pray my phone doesn't die. Because it wants to die. It's threatening to die. So, gotta make this as quick as possible. Yeah. My phone really out here on 10%, so while I have your attention, because I am not making another video, so I'm going to verbally tell you how to do the border because it's freaking easy. So once you get all of them stitched together using this reverse double crochet, reverse single crochet, just kidding. And I don't know how to edit, so I'm not going to edit that out. But anyways, once they're all together, you're going to do this reverse single crochet around the entire border. I use the same color I stitch it together with, as far as I know. So does everybody else. My sister, whatever color they use to do this part is what they would use in the border. So we're going to go to the same spot we started, essentially, just in reverse. So in the middle of this one, corner here, and they don't always line up perfectly, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I gotta finesse it a little bit, but there we go. That's that. And again, we finish them all off the same way. A little snip of needle there. Tie it in a knot. And weave your ends in. Cause we not no friggin' heathens. Weave our ends. It's important. Alright guys, thanks for watching.